U-75 was in an incredibly sorry state upon returning to our Italian safe haven. The dockyard crews, who were already quite overworked, took one look at that boat and informed us that she would be under repair for quite a while. Around 4 months, they said. Things certainly move slower here than in the French ports. Regardless, it would be a long time from the sea, or so I thought. It turns out that last harrowing patrol aboard U-75 would be the last time I stepped foot on that boat. While on leave in Paris, I was informed that I would be assigned a brand new command. My mind wandered. Would I be assigned to a boat based out of France, hunting convoys in the Atlantic? The answer was a resounding no. My fate was to stay in the Mediterranean, although aboard a Type 7C U-boat. I would be commanding U-375. The Type 7C is no doubt a refinement over U-75, which was a Type 7B and was certainly showing her age. The Type 7C has a longer range, is slightly larger, and has a better dive time. U-375 would also be equipped with much of the latest technology, Metox, a radar detector, sonar, and also the Fumo 29 radar, which was better than nothing, I suppose. With all this new tech, she was ready to tackle the ever-evolving threats of the Mediterranean Sea. Much of the former crew aboard U-75 was transferred to different assignments all across the U-boat arm. Familiar, and more importantly experienced crew members aboard U-375 were few and far between. I was lucky that 2 of my officers and a handful of petty officers from U-75 were assigned to my new boat, although chances are that they will be transferred after this patrol. Late in the afternoon, on September 25th, 1942, U-375 broke into the Mediterranean under my command for the first time. U-375 finds herself just over 100 kilometers west of Malta. We have already been at sea for 4 days, making our way down the Italian coast. Our radio operator has picked something up using the radio direction finder. A potential ship or convoy close to our position. All ahead fuel was ordered, and U-375 raced to intercept. The limited Fumo 29 radar was turned on, and the radar operator began his work. This radar can only sweep in a 60-degree arc in front of the boat. Additionally, it has a range of just 7 kilometers on a good day. With lighting conditions deteriorating, this radar could prove to be useful. Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome aboard the bridge of U-375, a Type 7C U-boat which we are now in command of. The Type 7C has quite a few improvements over the Type 7B, which I will get into, and we have a contact right off the bow. I already see 2 contacts way out there, 1 warship and then a freighter directly behind it. We picked up some radio signals from them and we have moved to intercept. We actually picked them up on radar first. This radar that we have, the Fumo 29, is, to put it diplomatically, garbage. It has a 60-degree arc which we can search directly in front of us and has a range of just 7 kilometers. We are going to turn off the radar now. Turn it off and we're probably going to dive down to periscope depth as these ships are moving directly at us. It looks like there's a frigate in the lead. Yep, off to 350 degrees. And then right there, a merchant ship. Another, they're picking up the same one. Okay, let's do a quick scan.
Schiff gesichtet.
Make sure there's nothing else around us. And I keep redetecting it, probably because the radar is on. Let's turn off the radar. Should be off. Okay, maintain current orders. Dive down to periscope depth, please. And drop down. One nice thing about the Type 7C is the dive time is cut down a little bit, just by a couple of seconds, but especially in the Mediterranean, a couple of seconds can mean life or death. There we go, we are down to 10 meters. Let's raise the scope and take a look at what we are dealing with. There we go. Okay, it looks like that warship is continuing on her standard course. That is a pretty chunky freighter. Let's look what we have in reserves. 2 G7E torpedoes and then 2 G7As. If lighting conditions get darker quickly, I may just fire off a G7A. Okay. Where are our friends? We're coming right at them. Let's reduce speed. We really just need to lay in wait for them to come here. They're still a little far out to actually properly identify. One other thing that we do have aboard U-375 is actual sonar. I am not going to send out an active sonar ping. That is a death sentence when there is a warship nearby. Obviously, they would pick that up extremely quickly. But if we are facing just a lone freighter, we can send out a sonar ping and get a pretty accurate range to target that way. Now, that can prove to be helpful in certain scenarios. We have a lot of tools aboard U-375, however, a lot of them are situational. The most effective tool is going to be Medtox, our radar detection finder. So that will pick up radar signals and let us know whenever something that has radar is looking right at us. This frigate here was not emitting any radar signals, so it is possible she either has it off or does not actually have radar equipped. Regardless, this will be a submerged attack, primarily because of the lighting conditions. And drop down our scope and take a look at where we are. We're in grid CN26, just to the west of Malta there. And these two contacts seem to be heading north-northwest, if I had to take a guess. We are going to lay low and keep running slow. We're just going to wait for these two contacts to continue chugging along, and hopefully we can get an accurate range and speed and fire off a torpedo.
Kriegsschiff auf 332, kommt näher.
The warship is starting to get pretty darn close. I do want to reduce our speed down to 50 RPM. Slow it down. The warship is moving fast, which I do not like. Just a little bit slower, please. There we go. Port and starboard. Propellers moving at 50 RPM. Rig for silent running. Okay, let's take a look through our periscope. Contacts bearing 329. There we go. Hello, hello. Okay. There is the freighter. Not a very large freighter. Probably a 5,000 tonner or so. Still going to fire an eel at her, though. Let's lock onto the target and try to establish what she is. We will start from the back of the recognition manual because I just see mast, funnel, mast there. It looks like she has some cutouts on the deck. Something honestly like this. That's only 1,500 tons though. Highly, well, I mean it could be. That funnel looks significantly more narrow. We're keeping our periscope nice and low in the water. I do not want it to be spotted. It's still pretty darn bright out, and we are pretty close to our frigate friend there. Type 4, negative. That may have been her, what I passed previously. Type 22, medium merchant. I don't think that's her, but we'll just plug that in for the time being. I just need a rough length for the target. She's probably about 140 meters or so, if I had to take a guess. Probably less than that, maybe closer to 105. Repair ship, no. Repair ship, no. Yeah, I flipped almost through the entirety of the recognition manual. She may just be that 1,500 tonner. You know? Not as large as I would like, but still. We're gonna send one torpedo her way. Yeah, that's gotta be something like that then, huh? Not a tanker, of course. That's definitely a small cargo ship. Okay, we will plug in that India type class of merchant. Yeah, and it was towards the back here. Only 1,500 tons. Flip through. Yep, there we go. That's got to be her, I guess.
Kriegsschiff auf 316 kommt näher.
The funnel situation still looks off. I may flip through it again just to make sure. Let's see what we have. Firing tube. Let's fire tube 2. G7A torpedo. And apparently she is moving fast. Where's the freighter? Or the warship, excuse me. There she is. Let's change course. New heading. There we go. Adjust. New heading 090 degrees. I was flipping through the recognition manual and I'm looking. I think this actually may be a repair ship here. You can see we have this mast, funnel, mast, and then there is a crane on the stern. That is definitely her. Length of the target, 87 meters. And there's our river class, I believe, continuing on her way. Let's change course again a little bit. Us to adjust. Actually, you know what? Rudder amidships. Stay right here. Stay right where we're at. We'll get her speed here in a second. Target is about to cross 0 degrees. She is booking it. Start. And look at her bouncing in those waves there. Draft 6.1 meters. 7 meters set. That will be our torpedo running depth. And stop. 16 seconds. Wow, 16 seconds, length 87. Now we got 1687, line it up right there. Target speed 11.5 knots. Really? Okay. Hard to port. 10.5 knots, excuse me. 10.5. That. There we go. Looking good. Keep swinging around. Lock on target. Range to target probably around 2 kilometers here. We will get that properly. Get range. Set mark 1500 meters. Okay. And angle on bow just shy of 90. Okay, rudder midships right here. Gyro angles almost at 0 degrees. Perfect. Everything's looking good. Magnetic pistol speed fast. Set to fast. There we go. Steadied up. Looking good. Tube 2 open. Tube 2 is open and ready to shoot. Gyro angles at 359. Tube 2, los. There we go. Tube 2 away. Right full rudder. Drop down to 80 meters. Downscope. Now we wait. Run time. 1 minute from now. Target was hit and she is going down, breaking up, according to our hydrophone operator. Let's increase speed a little bit. We are not diving as fast as I would like. U-375 is only at about 25 meters here. Let's increase this dive. So far, no ASDIC. Not yet, anyway. Drop down to 140. And we're gonna hold on to our decoys. No need to drop one yet. I think we are still undetected. Just move a little faster. Put a little pep in our step. The ASDIC has commenced. Deploy a decoy. All ahead full. What's our heading? Hi, hydrophone operator. Can you track that contact for me? No sound contact found. Okay. We've made a complete 180. Rudder amidships here. Drop down 160. Time to test these pipes. No better time than now. Decoy has been released just aft of us. Let's change course slightly. New heading 230. Come left. Okay, Aztecs continue to bang against the hull.
Derzeitige Tiefe 8-0.
Go to the hydrophone.
Derzeitige Tiefe 9-0.
Where is she? Coming right at us. Not entirely surprising.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1-0-0.
Coming at 120. Wait for her to cross over us. Aztec's getting louder and more rapid. She has us.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1-2-0.
Maintain. Slowing down. Here we go.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1-2-0.
Something's exploding. That's the freighter breaking up. Okay. Secondary explosions. That scared the heck out of me for a second.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1-4-0.
120.
Derzeitige Tiefe
Damage control team. We are at 150 meters. Aztec stopped. Slow down.
Kleine Fahrt voraus. Kleine Fahrt voraus. Derzeitige Tiefe 1-6-0.
No splashes yet. Still behind us, off to 130. She is getting louder. And slowing down, I think she may have lost us. Speeding up again, this is interesting. We'll see if she actually commits to an attack run here. Be surprised if she didn't. It is possible our decoy is tripping her up and causing some issues. We may have actually just dropped below the thermal layer, which will hopefully shield us from all that nasty Aztec. Maintain this depth. I know, right? Go back to the hydrophone. She lost us. Okay. Hopefully no depth charges will be dropped on U-375. Not yet, anyway. We'll lay and wait and see. Let's see, where did that freighter go down at? Oh, she's in our baffles, that freighter. We probably would hear it breaking up. Directly behind us, though. We do have the GHG hydrophones, which have a larger blind spot. That being said, the sensor is not on the deck, which has the advantage of not being so easily destroyed. Okay, she's passing behind us. What was that? Depth charges. Right behind us. Increase speed to standard. All ahead flank. Keep moving this way. She's passing. I think she's dropping on the decoy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Or depth charges even there, though. I am starting to move fast, though, because depending on how close she is, her K launchers can get to us. Those things are quite intimidating as they launch those depth charges pretty far off the side of the ship. Now we wait for the inevitable explosions. Keep running this way. Aft. As expected, and pretty distant. Not even rattling us. She is dropping on the decoy. Okay, run for a little bit longer here. We'll wait for the next pattern of explosions, and then drop back down to 50 RPM, maintaining this course. Okay, down to 50. And here are the electric motors slow down almost immediately. There we go. The frigate is dropping depth charges behind us once again. I do think it is the decoy tripping her up. Let's go to the hydrophone and see where exactly she's at. Yeah, 156. Relatively quiet. A couple hundred meters behind us, I'd guess. Starting to speed up. I wonder if she's going to roll more charges. Okay, explosions. Depth charges are blowing up behind us. Yep, aft. Way aft. Thank goodness for those decoys. They are really saving our bacon this time around, as we don't have to endure that intense barrage back there. A lot of my crew is indeed fresh and new. We do not have the entire experienced crew that we previously had aboard U-75. A lot of our damage control efforts are going to be hindered. Although we do have Anton here, who is the real hero of the previous episode. He is our repairman. Only 2 officers followed us to our new boat, Kurt and Anton. A handful of petty officers also came with, but most of the sailors were transferred off. We're going to maintain this course and this depth. It hasn't steered us wrong just yet. I think we will be able to get out of here scot-free. Hopefully, the enemy warship will break contact relatively soon. You can see we're already around 800 meters away from her. She is just circling this area where the decoy was deployed. It has been just over 30 minutes now, and U-375 has seemingly broken contact. We are going to continue on our original course. The warship's still messing around over here, but it looks like she's sailing off in the opposite direction. It has been some time since depth charges have actually gone off, so I'm feeling relatively safe. We are going to maintain this depth and this speed, at least until the warship is a kilometer or 2 further away. It has been an hour and a half now. We have officially lost contact on the frigate. We are going to come up to periscope depth now, do a quick scan before surfacing, and then we're going to hit the surface and replenish our oxygen supply and start recharging batteries. Also, I've kind of had it sitting down here at 160 some odd meters. I'd like to come up now, Chief. U-375 is now at periscope depth. Let's raise the observation scope, do a quick scan, and then surface. No star shells directly above our position. That is always a good sign. Just a nice slow scan. 360 degrees. Here's the moon. I'm not seeing anything at all. There we go. We are all clear, folks. Surface the boat, down scope. Let's order some crewmen into the bow torpedo room. I do want to begin reloading tube number 1. What are we automatically loading in there? Probably a G7E torpedo. That is fine. That works for me. We are going to continue on our course all the way to our assigned patrol area of CO18. Well, folks, that is going to do it for today's episode. I do hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and comment, as it really does help out the channel. But until next time, this is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I will see you all on the next one.